HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
And by Webster First Federal Credit Union, providing financial products with attentive customer service to the local families and businesses of Hopkinton. Visit us at websterfirst.com. Hello and welcome to HCAM News. Tom Nappy at the anchor desk to fill you in with the latest happenings in Hopkinton. On this edition of HCAM News, we have scenes from Easter festivities in Hopkinton. We'll take you to Elmwood School's STEAM Night, and Peter Mezit talked with me about the upcoming Marathon Spectacular at Weston Nurseries to benefit the 26.2 Foundation. But first, the school committee recognized student participants in Business Professionals of America.
The students participate in Business Professionals of America. The school committee's been very supportive of us. Administration's been very supportive of us since we started this program 3 years ago. The students participate in various events in business, IT, communications, multimedia, a whole bunch of different things. And they have to submit their work prior to a state competition. They go to a state competition. They present to people from industry. They're judged upon that. If they hit certain criteria and place high enough, they go on to a national conference, which this year is in Texas in May. Thank you for your initial approval, and we'll send along the paperwork on Monday for the next final approval. And they'll go down to Texas and they'll compete amongst about 6,000 students from around the country. There were about 400 students at the state conference, and they're pretty prepared. They've worked really hard. These are students that I'll often, one of the last things I'll say sometimes is if they're sitting there working and it's like 6 o'clock and they're finishing up something and they say, no, I'm just printing out one more thing, I'll say, all right, just kick the peg out when you leave. And they spend a lot of time on this, they work hard, and they're super kids. We received a lot of nice comments from other school districts about them at our state conference.
My name's Ben. I competed in the video production team with Brina and 2 other of our teammates who couldn't be here tonight. Well, our task for the video production team, we had to create a video educating people about the importance of sleep, especially in teenagers our age, and how it can really affect everything about us. And so we created a video. We talked to James Cousins, who teaches the HCAM class, or HHS TV class here, and works over at HCAM, and he guided us through the whole thing, so did Mr. Scott. And we were able to create a video and ended up placing in first in the state competition.
Hi everyone, I'm Brina. I was on the video production team, as well as an event called Extemporaneous Speech. In this event, you were given a speech topic when you get there, and then very limited amount of time to create ideas. And after that time, you go into a room and you give a 3 to 5 minute speech on whatever topic you were given. In that event, I also placed first. BPA for me has been such a real experience because it's really given all of us the opportunity to see what the business world is like while we're in high school, which is such a unique experience that most high schoolers never get the chance to go through.
Hi, my name's Helena. I competed on the network design team with Elise and Tyler over there. We were tasked with creating a computer network for a company, so we had to build all of their devices and all their interconnectivity through multiple offices across the United States, and we had to come up with ways from like a 2-page prompt to cover everything in the entire network, so the goals and all the implementations, the security, everything. So in the state's competition, we placed second, so that was a good win for us because this is the first year for all of us doing BPA at all, and we're all new to this school, so yeah, it was really great.
Looking for a place to watch the Boston Marathon? Weston Nurseries may be your solution. Peter Mezit talked with me about the Marathon Spectacular event to benefit the 26.2 Foundation.
So what we're having is our first annual Marathon Spectacular. It's a fundraising event to raise money for the 26.2 Foundation. The 26.2 Foundation raises money for local needs with sporting events, but it's also the seed money for the International Marathon Center. That's just in the very, very preliminary planning stages. This is just like the football Hall of Fame, if you will, or baseball Hall of Fame. This is kind of like a Hall of Fame approach to the sport of marathoning, and we hope to see that here in Hopkinton someday. So we're excited to be a corporate founding sponsor for the 26.2 Foundation, Weston Nurseries along with Startline Brewery, and we're the two organizations who have organized this event on Patriots Day Monday. The event starts at 7 a.m. and goes to 4 p.m. and people have to either get here before 7 or follow the instructions if they want to come here after 7, because we can get people right here from the back roads during the hours that the marathon is going on. But basically, if you get here before 7, it'll be the case where you can just drive right in, just come down the main road. After that, they close the roads off. So then when you get here, our liquor license for beer and wine starts at 8 o'clock, and at that time we'll be able to serve wine and beer, also mimosas and mixed drinks with Prosecco or champagne. And we'll have a lot of breakfast food vendors, Yummy Mummies from Westboro, Say Cheese will be here. They do grilled cheese, but they also do breakfast. And we'll have Dunkin' Donuts. They've donated all the coffee, so it's free coffee. And we have thousands of cups of coffee, so we're planning on a lot of people early on. After 12:30, 1 o'clock, the roads open again and people can get here on the roads. But again, you can get here all during the event if you come in the back roads and follow the directions on the events page of our website. But after the morning, a lot of the vendors will switch to lunch. So you'll have barbecue, you'll have pizza. Anzio's Pizza will be here. The Say Cheese Company with their grilled cheese, Snappy Dogs, of course. Probably missing a few. And Ted 20 from Startline, of course, will have all his beer choices. That'll be a hit in the afternoon. We're charging $20 for a ticket, pre-purchased, and $25 at the gate the day of. And we have a kids area. We invite people of all ages and families. Kids 12 and under are free. And we'll have the YMCA here to run the kids area. We'll have some kids games like Giant Jenga and Connect 4 and a game called Gaga. Don't even know what it is, but something about a tented in area where you kick a ball around, kind of like a dodgeball game, I guess. And cornhole. We'll also have an adult cornhole tournament going on in the afternoon. And so the Y is going to be here. The Chamber is going to be here. They'll have a table set up. The 26.2 Foundation will be here and explain what their mission is, and they'll have a table set up and they'll be selling some items, shirts and cups and jewelry and things like that. And the Metro West Visitors Bureau will be here as well. So we're hoping not only local people will come to this, but also families of the runners looking for something to do after the races started, and maybe even the runners themselves if they can get back here in time. The bands are really terrific. We've got a cappella band in the morning, a bluegrass band in the morning, and then we switch to Steve Spector and Hot Acoustics, who many people know, around 11. And then we've got Steve Smith and the Nakeds in the afternoon, early afternoon, and then we've got John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band on at 2:30. And they've had some #1 hits, so I think a lot of people know who they are, and hopefully draw some additional crowd at the end of the day. So we're looking for a good weather day, hopefully, and a big turnout to raise money for the 26.2 Foundation.
And it's a very good spot to watch the marathon. You're going to kind of have everyone gathered along the street to watch the marathon?
Yeah, it's a great viewing area. Thank you for pointing that out. It's a great area. We're at the 1 mile marker here, and this will be a cordoned off area, but you can see the marathon from right inside the fenced in area. Or you're allowed to come and go. You just can't take drinks outside the fenced in area. If you want to get a closer view and come up to the sidewalk by the street. If we get cold weather or if it's going to drizzle a little bit on our parade, we will have a 40 by 60 tent set up with a couple hundred seats and 25-30 tables in there. We can actually bring the band inside. We'll have a tent for them actually on the side. But we'll have televisions where people can watch the race. If they know where somebody is along the race because of the app they have or whatever, they can watch the television on Channel 4 and see when they're crossing the finish line. So we'll have some good production stuff set up here so people can actually watch the race, not only view it as they go by, but watch it on televisions thereafter too. And hopefully it doesn't rain, and if it does, we'll be prepared for that.
All right, and are you guys going to be open for business as well?
We are, yes, thanks for asking. Yeah, we'll be open for business that day, and people can leave with an annual or a Porsche pod or something like that.
Coming up next on HCAM News, we have scenes from the annual Easter egg hunt on the town common, and we'll take you to the annual Elmwood School Steam Night event. Plus, Matt Clark has our HCAM Insider. A whole lot more ahead on HCAM News. Stay tuned. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Golden Pond Assisted Living, honoring resident choice, dignity, and independence. Our health and wellness focus keeps residents active. Golden Pond, state-of-the-art senior housing and healthcare services. Welcome back to HCAM News. The Hopkinton Parks and Recreation Commission teamed up with Hopkinton Drug to host the annual Easter egg hunt at the town common. Here's a look at the fun-filled Saturday afternoon. The Hopkinton Parks and Recreation Commission, along with Hopkinton Drug, hosted the annual Easter egg hunt at the town common. The Easter Bunny stopped by to say hello, and some Relay for Life participants provided face painting. Here's a look at some scenes from a fun-filled afternoon on the Hopkinton Town Common.
Talk about what you're doing out here today?
So we're doing face paint for Relay for Life, and our team's Riri's Riot. So we're just raising money from donations for face paint during the egg hunt.
Nice. It looks like you've got some good donations going.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. So our friend's mom has cancer. She's been battling it for 2 times now. So it's Riri is her. Her name's Marie.
This past week at Elmwood School was the annual STEAM Night event. Second graders got the chance to explore science and technology. Here's a look. Elmwood students explored science and technology during the annual STEAM Night event. Here's a look at the numerous activities.
All right, so what happens is we have a bottle that is filled with oil and water, okay, and we know that oil and water cannot mix, right? Those two don't go together. But when we break up part of an Alka-Seltzer tablet, this dissolves only in water or a liquid. So when you drop it in, you're gonna notice the tablet starts to dissolve and it releases a gas called carbon dioxide. And when it's released into the oil keeps the bubbles from popping, which makes the really cool lava lamp effect.
Wait.
Isn't it neat?
On the table. Congratulations on the big victory. Do it again. Are you ready?
All right now, all I have is a CD and a pull-up at the top.
I think that's gonna stay and no air will come out.
So right now I closed it.
Well, watch the
Put the balloon over the top, and nothing's happening, right?
There were
And the air can't escape.
your arm extended.
What happens if you pull up the top? Go ahead, pull up the top. Let's see what happens.
Well, the air comes out.
The air starts to escape, and then what starts to happen?
The balloon.
Let go. Okay, let go.
It's flying.
It's gliding. When it's gliding, watch what happens with a piece of paper. Oops. Let me go back. It goes right over the piece of paper. It's riding on the table.
But they were.
So this is technically our second annual STEAM night at the Elmwood School. But this all started about 2 years ago. Valerie Lachansky, who is the subject matter leader for science at the high school, came to me and said, why don't we have a STEAM team in Hopkinton? And so she and I sort of put our heads together about how this would sort of begin. And little by little, she has recruited all of these teachers, and I will say that these teachers who do this do it on a volunteer basis. So anyone who is part of the STEAM group comes together, they give of their time. We've made community connections so that a lot of the resources that you see here tonight were donated to us from parent groups and businesses. And last year when we did this, we were isolated here in the cafeteria. This year we are spread out everywhere, and kids have passports, and they are visiting countries for the S for science, T for technology, E for engineering, A for art, and M for mathematics, all the way from here down to the gym. It's a wonderful evening. So.
Yep, so you have to pull it all the way.
And we try and, all right. Then you can try to stack it onto these two. Now pull it off. Pull out. Both directions, Dan. So we make it wide. Just grab it. All right, now you hold it really tight. Pull towards you. Woohoo!
So the boys and girls are making trampolines in one of the engineering choices, and what they need to do is they need to attach rubber bands across the colander with toothpicks, and once they feel like they have enough rubber bands going across, they try to bounce either a ball or a rubber duck off of the rubber bands, and they just kind of see how high they can get it to go.
today we're trying to get this robot to it gets to program the robot so that it starts from this time, goes till the end of the ball, hits it, comes back, makes a rotation, comes back to this time, So basically, Mr. Scott over there has written out a code for us, so basically with wrong values. So we need to teach the kid what kinds of values affect each stuff, what power goes into each motor and stuff. So that's what it's on this screen. So we added. So we're using the Lego Mindstones. That allows us to make edits easily, and it's a really simple thing to understand. So, and it's a good introduction to robotics and programming at the same time.
So this is goldenrod art. So what happens is we take this is like the magic paper, and then we take this Q-tip, and we're gonna dip it in this, which is a special liquid. It's sodium carbonate, which is a base, and it'll react with the paper to create a drawing. And then, so the paper reacts differently with different liquids and stuff. So this is just normal water. If we try the same thing, it won't react because the sodium carbonate is a base, which reacts with an indicator in the paper.
So 2 apples equals 62. That's funny, I finished it. No, 2 apples.
Okay, that's going to be it.
A whole lot of programming is coming up on the HCAM channels. Here to tell you all about it is Matt Clark with our HCAM Insider.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the HCAM Insider. I'm Matt Clark, and here's what's happening this week on HCAM. On Friday, April 6th at 5 p.m., local artists gather to share their music and poetry in an open mic episode of Wake Up and Smell the Poetry. On Monday, April 9th at 7:30 p.m., the Hopkinton Planning Board meeting will air live on HCAM TV. On Tuesday, April 10th at 6:30 p.m., the Hopkinton Board of Selectmen's meeting will air live on HCAM TV. On Wednesday, April 11th at 7 p.m., the Hopkinton Appropriations Committee budget meeting will air live on HCAM TV. And at 10 p.m., Margie and Lisa talk with Chris Waldman and Denise Hildreth on a new episode of The Margie and Lisa Show. On Thursday, April 12th at 7 p.m., the Hopkinton Appropriations Committee budget public hearing will air live on HCAM TV. And at 7 p.m. on HCAM Ed, the Hopkinton School Committee meeting will air live. If you want to know more about all of HCAM shows before they air, then head over to hcam.tv/connect, where you can sign up for our HCAM Insider newsletter. Or if you want to know more about what's happening in Hopkinton, you can sign up for our daily news updates. That's all for this week's Insider. I'm Matt Clark, and as always, thanks for watching.
Thank you, Matt. That will just about do it for this edition of HCAM News. Don't forget, you could stay up to date with everything Hopkinton by checking out our website, hcam.tv, as well as our Twitter and Facebook page. Be sure to head over to our website to take a look at upcoming events in town and the latest happenings throughout our community. If you have a Hopkinton-related video, photo, or story idea, I want to hear from you. Email me at news@hcam.tv. With your help, we could cover even more of our community. For everyone here at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. We leave you now with the current community listings and upcoming government meetings. As always, thanks for watching HCAM News. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.
Don is so passionate about his role as a conservation agent. I think him and I always compete as to who is going to switch off the lights in the building. So he's dedicated, he's passionate, and he's always present. And also, secondly, Conservation, in most cases, generates tension and conflict and strong debate. I can assure you that Dawn's interactions with the public, be it residents, business people, are always pleasant. I have not had a single issue regarding conservation that has been escalated to the town manager's office in 9 years. And so tonight, the Board of Selectmen will recognize Don McAdam, the Conservation Administrator. He received the Conservation Administrator of the Year award from the Massachusetts Association of Conservation Commissions on March 3rd, 2018. The MACC noted that Don has consistently demonstrated professionalism and patience and takes the extra time to help applicants understand the work of the Commission and to assist applicants with the process. Don's colleagues and Conservation Commission members noted that he goes above and beyond on a regular basis, and they greatly appreciate everything he does for the Commission and for Community Hopkinton. And the Chair of the Conservation Commission is here tonight in case he has any words to share.
On behalf of the Conservation Commission, we want to express our gratitude to Don, and I echo Mr. Colamo's comments. This is certainly an award that is well deserved for Don. I've worked with him for a long time now, close to, I think, 16 or 17 years. And Don consistently is professional, he's enthusiastic, his knowledge of the regulations with the Wetlands Protection Act and the bylaw really is what helps our commission to run efficiently and effectively, and I can't thank him enough, because he really allows us to do our job very well and for us to come to the meetings prepared. So, Don, thank you and congratulations.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you, board, for taking the time to recognize me. I know you got a busy schedule. Thank you very much.
Oh, we're not done.
Oh, we're not done.
Yes.
I have a couple.
You've done a great job protecting our community and protecting our natural resources, but you've also done a great job navigating the process and staying within the law to make sure that everybody gets a fair look and shake at how things play out. So I congratulate you for that. I know it's not easy, and I think you've done a fantastic job, and I hope you will continue to do a fantastic job for another 18 years. Thank you.
We're lucky up here to have a number of outstanding groups, and